said she wanna swing with the Bushman. Cause she know we do our thing in the bush and got it looking so clean with the rough stance. Yeah, quick to change the scene with the Cushland. You can join the whole team cause the bush wins. Yeah, quick to change the scene to Cushland. Yeah, quick to change the scene to Ebola. Let me up about mine, the bush, understand, understand. I said you will be the one I will meet with that beautiful smile and that sexy physique. Wearing those same colors, running, trying to get away from lame brothers, but you can't change what they now meet me. I'm your Nubian lover with plans to make you a Nubian mother. That's long term, the short term don't take it too far. We got the juice bar, building on vegetables, so holistic, my holistic missus. Got me in dogs with your gifts and fitness. The L natural, yeah, that's on my style. We can grow our towels through ingredients. Only the baddest queens who they ever see me with. Big Mama tuned in at 6 mini lips with no lipstick. That's a natural kiss. These are actual black fists raced up together as one unit.
Alafia family and Cabo. Welcome on into the house of confirmations. I do pray, family. You already know when coming into this house, we unplug, we disconnect ourselves from the matrix way of thinking, and the whole ideology you were thrown into. Also, family, we go on ahead and take a deep breath in, inhaling in through the nose, out through the mouth, releasing all of the poison and pressure that was picked up while you was plugged into the matrix. I do pray, family. You already know these beautiful faces you're seeing. I am your Baba Oyeyemi, initiated a Gungun ancestral priest, over 22 years.
I'm Omitola. I'm a medium, diviner, and healer, and we are the House of Confirmations. Ekabo. Ekabo means welcome. Come on in. Peace, love, and light. Peace, love, and light only. So we're going to go ahead and stage y'all at the door. Okay.
Sage it, leave it at the door.
We is not playing with y'all tonight. Why? Because it is Carpool Monday.
Yes, it's Carpool Monday. Ashe.
Y'all know what time it is. We have $15 card pulls, family, 10 slots available. And also, family, we will be getting into a collective group reading. Okay, family? So you know you want to tune in. Make sure that you're loving, and sharing, and grabbing everybody on in so their energy could be read during this collective reading.
Ashe, family. Make sure that we are loving, sharing, tagging family on in. It's going to be exciting. We got some messages, family. We got to talk about some things coming out of Yamoja Festival. Ashe. And speaking of Yamoja Festival, shout out to the new mother that just gave birth. Ashe.
Congratulations, Ayotola.
And our baby girl.
Yes.
Ashe. Thank you all, family, for celebrating this and the rehabilitation, all of that goodness that comes involved with having a baby. Ashe. And things that we need to talk about, family. So make sure everyone and the women, we're going to talk about Ashe.
Come on in, family. We are sharing and tagging as we speak, family. We welcome you all to do the same. Ashe, and as you come in to speak, to greet.
And it doesn't take that long, family. Grab your phone real quick, scroll, share as many as you can, and then pop back into the show. Ashe, I do pray, family.
Ashe.
My brothers and sisters, we Niger people,
and as we are coming in, I know the beautiful goddesses that y'all are coming in with your head wraps on. I know that y'all got your crowns looking just as beautiful as your Omitola, Ajebola. I'm saying for the kings, the warriors, the gods out there, make sure you all got your head uncovered, because we will be opening up in prayer, and we will be honoring our foremothers and our forefathers who've done it before us. Ashe Alafia Oyelaki.
Alafia Marcus, Alafia Oyelaki. Come on in, family.
And yes, I want more men to come in, because there's a misunderstanding with men and women. Men don't understand women, and women don't understand men, which is very important that we do understand each other, because relationships aren't lasting because we're expecting two different things. We're not coming together and asking each other, hey, what was you taught about girls? What was you taught about boys? We just go off of our own knowledge, and then we meet up with each other, and it's not the same thing. So make sure we are tuning in. Make sure that we are tagging the fellas in, tagging these goddesses in, so that we can actually understand each other.
Absolutely.
Ashan family, there's 10 slots available. It is Carpool Monday. Make sure you are getting your messages. Are we still in the full moon, or we're just not coming out the full moon?
We are coming out of the full moon, but we wanted to honor our promise to family that we was going to do a group collective full moon reading. Our family, Ashe. So go ahead and come on in, family. Like, love, and share. Like, love, and share. We are staging y'all at the door, okay? Because we already know this super moon, full moon, strawberry full moon, and Capricorn, following the new moon that we had in a lunar eclipse, if I'm not mistaken, which ended the Mercury retrograde that we had come before that in Gemini, and we actually had a solar eclipse with the full moon before then. So, family, I know a lot of this sounds like a lot of gibber jabber, but a lot of it has to deal with emotions resurfacing. Okay, those feelings that we suppress, those conversations that we suppress because we could never see eye to eye. It only turned into arguments. The bullheadedness, the stubbornness, the lack of being able to come to common ground, it is affecting our relationships, family. Ashe.
Ashe.
I love you, Selena. Come on in here.
So, by the signs that we have with men and women, and then actually growing up out of our teenage years and out of our, think we grown in our 20s, but really not grown. We are meeting each other and realizing that by the time we met each other, we've been groomed for somebody already. And that's something that we have to really acknowledge. When getting out of a relationship, and may your first relationship have been at the age of 15. Alafia, Brittany, echo.
Alafia, Julie.
Julie Centron. Ashe. Some of us was grooming ourselves at the age of 15, 14, 13. Some of us had posters on our walls grooming ourselves at the age of 10, 11, for whatever type of person we wanted to be with. And then when we got with somebody that didn't really fit that image, and we tend to mistreat them. I know it's hard to point the finger towards ourselves, but we all gonna have to take the blame for this. When getting into relationships, we have already groomed ourselves for somebody who we have not already met yet. Now, normally when we get groomed, we are grooming ourselves for someone who our parents already know the family. They already know of this person that we are being groomed for and being prepared for. We're grooming ourselves for rap artists. We're grooming ourselves for
social media stars.
Some of us has groomed ourselves for Claire Huxtable. Now, maybe some of you young folks out there don't know who Miss Claire Huxtable is. And I know a lot of you all do know who Miss Claire Huxtable is. And also Mr. Bill Cosby. I'm sorry for the name that they don't gave to the man today in 2021. But let's speak about back in the day, Mr. Bill Cosby. I don't want to hear no one biasness or what they don't came out with the media and what he don't put in people's drinks. whatever. Because the image that we had as a black man, as a black woman, stood from the Cosbys. Can we all at least agree with that? That when we groomed ourselves, we looked at those images. We looked at a beautiful mother, a wife.
Family Matters.
Oh, Family Matters. Family Matters.
We even cared about Full House. We didn't mind uncles and them throwing down.
Uncle Joey was cool in my home. Uncle Joey was cool in my home. But when it came to the Cosbys, we actually groomed ourselves as young men. We tend to have looked for this Claire Huxtable as we grew up. We thought that this was all women. Nobody told that was the first thing that hit us as an image of a black woman, successful black woman on TV that wasn't with the Jeffersons and Weezy and them. No. So what we did in our minds as men, I know I'm held accountable for this. Lafayette family.
Lafayette, everyone tuning in. We're not ignoring you all, family.
But we men, we had an image of women when we got into relationships and we based them off of something that we kind of just let drift away, but the remains stayed. We tend to base these women off of an image that we seen on TV, the image that we seen off of magazines, the images that we seen off of music videos. And we took all of these images and stuck them as one. And then when we finally met the woman of our life, we did not appreciate them because they did not fit the image that we created versus the image that the Most High created for you in the first place. And vice versa. I'm sure some of you women out there had an image of a man from whatever show, whatever movie. Maybe it was a Denzel Washington,
a singer, a rapper,
somebody, but that you image, and then you finally got with a man, and he wasn't quite that image. Maybe he was a little too quiet.
That idolatry spirit spoke on it.
Look smaller. Maybe he wasn't as buff as you had wanted him to be, so you did not treat or appreciate your husband or your boyfriend, whatever you had wanted to call him, the way that you should have. And we all fall victim to this, of having an image and then finding that mate that don't fill out to it and then mistreating them.
Yes, we do.
And I think that's an issue that we are having in a community. Maybe this is because of Hollywood, TV, all these magazines, because before we had any of this, we had our village. We knew the type of people that was in our village.
Yep. We knew the strengths, the weaknesses, the traits, what family was known for who was breeding who for who. This family is breeding their men to be hunters. This family is breeding their men to be warriors. This family is breeding that man to be builders. So we still have to look at those bloodlines today. Those are very important factors. And a lot that you were speaking on, it reminded me of the level of maturity needed in relationships. We're still going off of this like phase. Like don't last always. People gonna do things you do not like, whether you screwing them, whether y'all are best friends, whether you're co-workers, whether it's your mama, your daddy, your sister, brother, uncle, cousin. People gonna do things that you do not like. So what we have to mature to is to the level of deal breakers. Know your deal breaker. That goes back to boundaries, respecting boundaries, know your boundaries and knowing your partner's boundaries, knowing your family members' boundaries, acknowledging boundaries with your family members, letting them know your boundaries. That is very much needed because that's going to allow us to grow as a community. What's happening is this level of infatuation, this level of lust, this level of falling in love with people's potentials has turned into idolatry. It has turned into another form of idol worship. A lot of people are overlooking the things that they may not be liking or things that may be deal breakers. Okay. And people are not looking at what they're able to complete with this person. What would they be getting done together? And we're relying on the potential of what we think the person has a potential of becoming just for us. That is selfish. Okay. If we're going to acknowledge a person's potential, let it be to be for the greater good of their self and the community. Let it not to be just to service you. A lot of people are looking at people potential and how do you service me?
The great come up,
The come up, the lick.
the lick. We have looked at relationships as
Hitting the lick.
licks. This is no good, family. We should not look at each other as a come up. This is why people don't like doing life insurance and any type of insurance.
Scared of being somebody come up.
Scared of being someone else's come up.
Wow.
And then we have the attitude of, I don't want to help somebody come up,
but want to benefit.
Allow for your family coming on in. This has become an issue in our community, and it's an issue within our relationships. As I'm sure a lot of you all have been dealing with relationship issues coming through with this retrograde. My goodness, the hotline has been off the hook in this house. Everyone has been coming in. A lot of people has been needing counseling. A lot of marriage counseling, a lot of relationship counseling, a lot of love counseling, which we do offer in the House of Konfirmations. And we tend to see repetitiveness, as a lot of people was coming in getting the counseling and they didn't know that they all were dealing with the same issue around the same time. A lot of the miscommunication in between each other. One person saying something and the other person hearing something totally different.
Woo.
Do not put your own self-worth and your self-faults on somebody else.
Projection.
Thank you for that word. Do not project your faults onto someone else rather than working on your own faults.
Yeah, that scapegoat, using what someone else may be going through or acknowledging someone else's faults or weaknesses just for it to be an excuse of why you're behaving the way you are, reacting the way you are. We have a lot of maturing to do. Stop. I'm working on myself, so I'm going to find a pretty way to relay this message. Our spirit is coming down hot, must I add. It has to be a level of growing up. We have to grow up. And for those who was hitting us in the inbox for your birthday readings, yes, family, we offer free birthday readings, family, okay? So if you had a birthday this week within the last 7 days, or if you have a birthday coming up in the following week in the next 7 days, please let us know, family. Now that that's been said, it was a nice icebreaker. Family, there's a certain level of maturity needed, and people are not understanding this pattern of relationships that we have. It's not the other person. You cannot come to us crying about a relationship and how a person wants to leave, doesn't want to be there anymore. And that has been something that has happened in every relationship. Women, we cannot sit here and say men ain't shit when every man you dated weren't shit. What does that say about you? That they were able to come into your life, your home, your bed, and treat you like shit. These are reflections, family, of the level of maturity we're having. We got to stop basing relationships on how much we like a person. Something new feels good to anyone, period. Something new is exciting. A new neighbor, a new job, a new outfit, a new hairstyle, okay, new shoes. A new relationship is going to feel great to anyone. Best believe it. A lot of y'all done slept with your enemy, done had babies with your enemies, because in the beginning when it was new, it was all good. It was all good just a week ago. We have to stop falling for the banana and tailpipe. First of all, where we're going wrong is we're supposed to like everyone, period. Now, if your likable ass is lusting after everyone, then now we have to go into diagnosis. There are other things going on to where your hormone meter is off the charts. And a lot of people think it because they're sexy and they're feeling sexy that this is the one. If that was the case, we wouldn't have brothels, we wouldn't have whorehouses, we wouldn't have madams, we wouldn't have pimps. If that was the only sign of falling in love.
And one of the things that we're also doing when we're using this term falling in love is that what we're actually doing is waiting for the other person to change.
Wow.
Some of you all are just playing the waiting game rather than just being in love and accepting the person for who they are. You're actually in your mind playing the waiting game, and that's not fair.
Falling in love with who they want them to be. And if they love them, they will become that person. Cannot be slick with God's children. Remember, everybody has ancestors. There was a post that came across my timeline yesterday for one of you who shared it. Bless your heart. God bless your heart. Um, it was a post that came across and it was shared. A person, a spiritualist, a reader, tarot reader, diviner, made a post that said that there's going to be a lot of men, Kosi, getting sick, dropping dead, going to jail, losing a lot of things financially because she's so tired of all of her clients coming to her crying about these niggas. So she's going to take it upon herself to do major jar work on behalf of the men because she's sick and tired. See, that's a perfect example of where, as a community, where the mindset is. And that's exactly why we ain't got nowhere, because for some of these funky little girls that think this spirituality shit is new, for generations, motherfuckers been working in time and doing roots and voodoo, and we seen what happened to the generational line.
Curses upon curses.
Curses upon curses. You cannot take it upon yourself to first one get emotional to think that you have all the power to cause harm to all these people because what they got going on in their relationship. That's one. That's a very weak reason to use your power, if you ask me. All these children still going through molestation. Let's talk about how many of those women trying to stay with those men, knowing those men touching their girls. A lot of them get turned away from this house and they still get dealt with spiritually without no payment on behalf of good character because we know what's going on in the home. So that right there shows us where the mentality is at, that we're using spirituality to pacify our feelings. Okay, we're using spirituality to now make our feelings and emotions comfortable and make it right versus actually doing the work and fixing ourselves. That means there's a lot of major work that needs to go on within the relationships itself. What are the individuals going through? A lot of people want to blame the relationship. What the hell is half of these men going through? Where they can't get no assistance, no help, no counseling, no therapy. No one offered to give those men a bath for whatever they may be going through. No one offered to give those men a past life regression reading to find out what's going on, what have they been paying for. It's just automatically, all right, now we're about to so-called do something like they don't have ancestors or they don't have mothers.
And you know what I call them? I call them women emotional root workers. Emotional root workers are dangerous. They are dangerous to you. They are dangerous to themselves, the community. Emotional root workers. Because everyone can use roots. Everyone knows how to do a little bit of work here and there. Come on, let's be honest. Our people are very spiritual people. Then you got those out there who are very emotional people. Very emotions, everything.
Divine.
And I'm a spiritualist because I'm just sick and tired of the men species. So I'm going to work all the men, and I'm just this magical all. Voila, and poof, now I'm pissed and now everyone's going to get it and I'm going to post it. No, you are emotional. And that is dangerous. That is why people like that are single. We are going to have to stop using spirituality as an scapegoat to do work. That is not what spirituality is for. That is not why we go and do root work for, to try to get a pass around something that we actually got to do work. And no, root work is not here to make life easier. It is not here to solve things that you didn't want to do work for. No.
It's sickening because we know it's work that needs to be done, but what's sickening is people thinking spirituality is supposed to change another motherfucker and not themselves. It's sickening to me, and a lot of people don't want to hear what I got to say or even have certain conversations with us sometimes when they get so deep and so far along in their feelings and emotions. Okay, there's no work that you could do to change someone without changing yourself first. You have to change yourself. Spirituality is to work on you. And while working on you, you will be able to attract and align and create balance within people, places, and things outside of self. It's a basis here. And no one's working on base. No one's working on home. The first place is self. We cannot jump in spirituality. And if you think you're only powerful because of what you think you're doing to someone else, it's a placebo effect. A lot of people think they're only powerful because they're working others. You're not even working others. You're signing yourself up for debt. We are supposed to be getting to the point where we can do work on behalf of others. You cannot work someone against their free will. Any ill will that you throw at somebody, do know that's coming back to you, whether that person, you think that person know voodoo or not. Or do you think that person in Ifa or not? Or do you think that person been studying reaches or not? Just in general. Throwing something at someone, thinking ill towards someone in a situation is coming back to you. There's no voodoo that's going to block you from the dirt that you do, the darkness that you throw out. So that means we got to look throughout our past. We got to go back. We got to go back, not to stay there, but to look at those many times you weren't happy for people in relationships. You weren't happy when people got raises, got new jobs, moved. All those moments where you were ill-willed. All those moments when you was upset and you did say some shitty things, but because it was your emotions and you're not feeling them anymore, you're not supposed to be dealing with the repercussions. That's why a level of maturity is needed. People are getting in spirituality because they want so much control over others. You ain't powerful if you do not have control over yourself. I say it all the time. You don't love yourself if you can't tell yourself no. You fooling yourself. You think you have love for yourself or you love yourself if you cannot tell yourself no. If you cannot discipline yourself, if you cannot control your own anger, if you can't control your own mouth. We get so riled up, we get so ready and about it trying to control somebody else's mouth. Can't believe what they done said. Can't believe what another motherfucker done did. Well, how much control do you have over you? It's a level of maturity needed in relationships, and it's affecting all relationships. It's not one relationship that's not affected about the fact that we are still having ideologies of relationships in the past that we don't groom ourselves for, jumping in another relationship thinking that those ideologies, those ways that we came across, those common grounds, those things that we agreed on, that the next relationship supposed to work off that same contract. That's lazy. Because you put in all the work in your past relationships, you ain't supposed to have to put in no work in this relationship, in a new one. That's lazy. Because of all you did for the last motherfucker, you ain't supposed to have to do shit in this relationship. That's lazy. Because the last motherfucker took your shit because until they couldn't take it no more, the next one's supposed to be able to take it. That's lazy and selfish and immature. A lot of people come to us and be like, oh, I feel somebody working my relationship. I need work. That's your problem right there. That's it. That's why your relationship not working. Because versus you coming in to find out what's going on. I've never seen so many people that's ready to come to spirit and tell spirit about what's going on. About what should happen. Cord cutting? What is our opinion?
It's needed. It's needed. If you are building a cord with somebody and then that doesn't last forever,
It needs to be
you're going to have to spiritually cut that cord. Now, all cords are needed.
So, I'm sorry, keep going.
Then that goes into the matter of fact of how to spiritually cut a cord. cleansing the energy of the last person you was with, keeping the good and letting go of the old. The same with a child. When a child is born, the child is not still connected to the mother. The umbilical cord gets connected. There's a cutting. And what we today, unfortunately, when we say spells, it's a turn off word. We can't even use words like spells because we have to understand what spells mean. What we are doing is spiritually letting go, releasing. So yes, our opinion on that.
Yes, that was great, and that was. But we're talking about opinions now. How do people do cord cutting, or even know when a cord cutting is needed? Thank you for explaining that, because that's the question. When is a cord cutting needed, and how do we cord cut? I'm sure people will have many different opinions about cord cutting or what they think is the right way or the wrong way. But when is it needed, and how do we do it? In our house, Baba has prescribed a very, very great ancient prescription of coffee grind and salt baths. Okay. That has helped people cleanse themselves from energy, from intimacy, sexual partners. And then there's cords that are, we'll say, thicker than others. Okay, there are some cords stronger than others. And a lot of these cords are etheric cords that was created long ago and not dealt with. Okay. A lot of people think relationships in the past, just because it was so long ago, it's not affecting them. And some of those are the strongest cords. Okay, we have someone who said it works. Who are you?
Asha
Lucky
Lafia
Charm.
Lafia family, Lucky Charm that is on YouTube. Shout out to YouTube that is tuning in with us. Lafia Lee at Words. Uh yeah, we have to know when
Yeah,
to
when.
cut cord.
And you said it perfectly. When the relationship is no longer serving you, we gotta know when a relationship is serving us. Okay, not when we're able to control a person, not when we're manipulating someone, not when we're persuading someone, not when we're working someone against their own will, but when the relationship is serving us. That goes back to, what are we completing together? Everybody's missing that. Everyone's is on the bills, the having sex, and answer my phone call and respond back to me, and don't make me look stupid on social media. That's where we at. Is anybody okay? Maybe it's just the people we're reading in relationships. Who is looking for anything more? Let us know, for those who are looking for anything more than having sex. Be where I can see you in my house at a certain time. Answer the phone, respond in a timely manner, and don't make me look stupid on social media. And help me with the bills. Make sure we don't get put out. To me, that seems like the term and conditions of today's relationships. So I'm not sure why there's more expectations. Why people are looking to have more than 2-3 years from a relationship. It's not much that you see relationships grow past that point. What has to be looked at is, what is the relationship getting completed while working together? Since you met this person, since you started having sex with this person, since you start exchanging energy, since the etheric cord was created, what was completed? What was accomplished? Are you achieving your goals faster? Are you completing your task easier? Are you finding answers to questions you probably always had? Are you seeing new things? Are you learning? Are you growing? Are you further than you was before you got with the person? That's how we know when a relationship is actually good for us and moving forward. Because, to be quite honest, everybody's supposed to be able to be friends. It's sad. People find a friend and automatically want to fuck.
And I have a question. We're about to open up in prayer, family. There is 10 slots available for those who are asking about readings. It is Carpool Monday, but I have a question, and this question is geared towards the goddesses that is viewing. I know, right? I have a question because we tend to see a pattern of certain things, and please don't feel offended by this question. When did women become mean? Because we see a pattern that men are actually kind, men are actually nice, and we see women with the self entitlement that they can be mean and get what they want. When did this happen?
And we're gonna open up the floor for you all. As women, we have so much to say.
I'm curious about that because a lot of that is affecting you all's relationships.
When was it okay to be mean? Mean to our children, mean to our spouses, mean to people we don't know, mean to somebody looking at us the wrong way. When did our culture start us up at being mean? Because we don't like being called the angry black woman. We're not angry. But can we say we're not mean? Yes, the hell we are. I'm waiting to find someone that didn't grow up in a mean household with a mean mother saying mean things, calling it chastising.
Let's go ahead and open up because I want to hear some of these comments. And family, let's go ahead and get your readings booked in. But yeah, let's talk about it, family. Ow! Omi tutu na tutu ile tutu I can go tutu audition. Oludema emoji ba gbogbo ikulu watan balase oludema emoji ba ibara trum moji ba gada nyumba ibara trum moji ba mego ibara trum moji ba babala go ibara trum moji ba egon ye ibara trum moji ba oyara sinte be egon go da baba ba ye moji ba go no moji ba olu shego moji ba gwa moji ba go de moji ba aji bolo moji ba aki wumi kika ma she osun ede olu shego kika ma she chifla gba o tinji kika ma she oba de fu me digbe o tinji kika ma she olu tinde olu shego kika ma she oba bi ogonola iwe ori iwe lafi iwe ayo iwe obo kosi ku kosi fo kosi wahala kosi transition kosi formidable kosi witchcraft kosi bulubu kosi anything that comes against our destiny I do pray in my name we pray to shall it be right Ashe. Yes, because the as much as the women talk and dog out men in general, we're dealing with women who are dealing with a mean streak, and it's not cute and it's not okay. And I want to know, when did this start and when did this become an excuse of why you're certain ways or you're angry. It's past being angry. It's to a point where you're mean and so mean that other women can't deal with you. You can't get along with other women because you won't acknowledge your own meanness. You don't think you have an assholeness about you. And it doesn't work with other women, so you just don't get along with them. That self-entitlement doesn't work with another woman. When did this happen and can we fix this?
Self-reflection. Thank you, Mona, for responding.
Hey.
Brianna stated, thank y'all. Yes, she sent her cash app. She need guidance. Okay, so we have you booked, love. We will be getting to you momentarily, family. Do remember we have a group collective reading tonight, family. You all can send in donations as a collective. The more donations, the longer the reading is. With family, we've been able to read from every form. Okay, let's give y'all a visual here. We've been able to read from each deck collectively, along with the crystal ball and the Metanetter's reading. All right, family. So we will be starting off the group collective reading. I'm going over full moon messages for the collective and starting with the Orisha Tarot. Now, Miss Brianna, we do have you booked for your mini reading. You will be first. We have 9 slots left. I'm not sure if there's a cutoff.
Can actually give a cutoff time. I want to say 12:30 Eastern.
Okay, 12:30 a.m. Eastern.
Find out pushing into 1, but I'm gonna go with 12:30 first instinct.
Okay, 12:30 a.m.
Family. So
Eastern.
that gives family about 38 minutes.
All right, family cutoff is in 38 minutes for booking your live reading. And thank you so much, Mona, for responding. I know we got way more women than that responding. I mean, watching. I know we have way more women than that watching. And as we talk about learned behavior and self reflection, I go all the way back to some Apate Keys, some old dudes, some tons I've read and heard, and even the Orishas. Okay, there were some times that they were mean. There were some times where I'm sure we all know about Shango and his wives, the story that happened with Oya Oshun and Oba. You know how they got their first wife out the house,
Had to cut an ear off and fed it to Shango ear soup.
tricked her.
Tricked her. Cut her ear off.
That was mean. That was me. These are the Orishas we speaking of. The Orishas we're going to for assistance. Even they walked the path where they did things that we had to learn from and grow with Iwa Prele. So we could go all the way back to the Orishas or when the Orishas was walking the earth in the beginning times. We could go all the way back to the Arumales.
Why is it that the women have this mean thing about them? And it's not new. As we had just spoken about, this is something that has always been a mean streak of women, and it ruining you all's relationships
It does.
and thinking it was cute, but it ended up biting you in the ass.
Yes.
Is the mean streak a defense mechanism?
A cry out.
Is it a cry out? Is it a characteristic? Because we as men, as I was speaking on earlier, we were not groomed to know that women were mean. We were never told this. We were told that women were soft, that women need to be held, gently, dealt with caress. And then when we got with women, we realized that, whoa, women could be more cutthroat than men. What the what? Women got, this meanness about them. I'll use that word, and you can use whatever word that you may see, but self-reflect upon yourself. You may say, I'm not mean, I'm just rude. Oh, I'm not mean, I'm just real short and cut with shit. It's still mean. And this is affecting your relationships with men and women. There's more women on this earth, yet I've heard nothing but women say, I can't deal with other women. I've not yet heard a man say, I just can't chill with, another dude like that. Normally, men can get together and we can click, hang, boom, get us with a car. We'll just start fixing on the car. We ain't even got to know each other. We'll start fixing on it. No meanness, there. But it is something that women are going to have to work on, because it is something that's affecting you all's relationships with your children, with your spouse, with your parents, with your neighbors, with God. This meanness is not a good look. It's not cute. It's not attractive. Man does not like to see women be mean. It's not even it's not a male trait or a female trait. We don't know what trait this meanness is. It's unbeknownst. We rarely see outside of our own animal kingdom. We don't see animals out there just being mean. Now we have some invasive species. That's just the way that they are. They just come and take over. But to be mean, we want to nip that in the bud, because we don't think that's a good characteristic for you women. We don't. We think it's ugly, and we think that it builds up for you to be ugly towards younger women. And we see this with the older women today. They are very mean.
And we call it bitter.
And bitter. That's what we like to use, because we don't like that, because mean is a harsh word.
Yeah, mean is too harsh, so we say bitter.
I'm going to use mean.
Old and bitter.
It's nasty. And you don't want to become these elder women who are just being mean and trying to classify it as another term later on for your age. Oh, we're just stern.
Mm.
No, it's called mean. Stop it.
Thank you, family, for your feedback. Especially you, Mona, Brianna. Thank you for Nikki chiming in. I like how Mona stated lack of self love. If that was Mona or Brianna, the comments are scrolling through pretty fast. But let me go ahead and block this person so I can read the comments of
I
those.
say, yeah. Brianna said yes, it was a self mechanism for her.
A defense, self misdirection of built up hurt and disappointment. So where we're getting at, family, healing is needed. Before we can bash a whole opposite sex, a whole gender, before we can bash the 4 or 5 people dated, it's your fault if you done dated all 1 billion and something men in the United States. If you just say it's men, period, that's your fault for dating that many men. That probably have a problem with why you're being treated the way you're treated. But if you could just look at the relationships you've been in and really be so negative, really look at those defense mechanisms. We're looking at how much healing is needed. And it's not just women needing healing, it's men needing healing. And as women, we feel like because we're women, because we give birth, because we do what men do today and we can work where men work today, that we're entitled to react however way we see fit because of our emotions. This entitlement has to go. Half of you women don't even let your children live with entitlement, but you're walking around this world with entitlement. That because of your feelings and your emotions, that everyone around you gonna feel it, and it's not intentional. But what needs to be intentional is the work. The amount of work needs to be done just about the amount of talking shit, talking trash, venting about these motherfuckers. To put the same energy and work in. I say it all the time. Whenever I get criticism, whenever I get advice and guidance, I put it in my little. I have like a virtual, spiritual, mental like coin pocket, and every time I put a coin in there when I get criticism, I just say, "All right." Once I fix everything wrong with me, a motherfucker won't have nothing to say. That's when they need to worry. That's when they need to watch out for me. When I fixed all my flaws, we got to know how to evolve. And we'd rather say evolve and heal because we don't want to hear the word change. That's what the fuck it is. Change. Changes. Seasons. Seasons change. The sheets on the bed, we changed them. Tires, they get changed. So it's this self entitlement that because yes, we need healing. What about our men? So is our men allowed to just knock us the fuck out because of who touched them as a child? Because of who hurt them? Because of the things that they saw? Are they able to just cheat on us now because of that? Well, why are we able to talk to them any kind of way, respond any kind of way, treat any kind of way? Because what we went through in our childhood. Or I'm lashing out on you because of what my trauma I'm healing. Boundaries is needed, and then respect for boundaries is needed. Once we learn that we have to earn people respect again and not think it's just given to us because we're having sex, that's that level of maturity needed. A lot of people was started fucking young, and it shows. A lot of family coming in.
I love your beautiful family. Yeah, if you're just now tuning in, please
Ooh.
make sure you rewind to the beginning of this to catch these messages. Very important messages we are needing, especially for those who are having relationship problems, in a relationship having problems, or just can't find a relationship.
Please tune in from the beginning.
Please tune in.
Now, family, we do have a group collective reading this evening, so make sure that you all are like, loving, and sharing. We do have a cutoff for live readings, booking live readings during this live, which is 12:30 a.m. Eastern time zone.
I know some of y'all in Cali talking about, oh, I got time. No, no.
Yeah, Eastern time zone. And we have Brianna Berry, who is first. Now, Miss Brianna, I believe this is your first
I do
time
believe so. This is a
getting a
new
reading
name.
in this house.
We're very familiar with everyone who comes in here. We know when we
This
got a
is
newbie.
my family up in here, okay?
Welcome to the church.
This is church. Mothers of the church, where y'all at? Y'all be getting a lot of break. Y'all be getting a lot of time off. Mothers of the church, can we see y'all? Are y'all still ushering? Where the white gloves at? Who got on their white gloves tonight? Who
I'm
came
gonna ask
prepared?
Miss Nikki, Miss China. Hold on, I know some more mothers of the
Right.
church is in
Brittany,
here.
I know you ain't dozed off over there.
Miss Echo. You are a mother of the church. Please get your gloves on. I say I do pray. Jesse, you are an
A
usher.
deacon.
You are a deacon. I say I do pray. If you can please get your gloves on and please usher in the new family. Marcus, you know that you are also a deacon slash usher. If you can please get your gloves on. Miss Tierra, you've been in this house long enough, ma'am. Your gloves have been in the back. If you can please put on your gloves and please ushering the newcomers into the house of confirmations. I say I do play. You all know who you are. Please play your positions. If I did not call your name out and you know that you are on the board, like some of our oldest mothers of the church, you know exactly who you are, Miss Infinite Juju. I don't even got to call your name out. I need to see you straight to the back. I say I do play.
Okay.
I say there we go. Gloves are on. I say I do
say.
play. Yes, everyone. See, we have new family coming in. Yes, that's not.
They supposed to get a
Y'all be
greeting,
acting
a
like y'all just
welcome.
coming in and hang out sometimes. All right. And this is one of y'all had to come sit up here now. I say I do play. Ekabo, welcome on then, Brittany. I am Baba Oyeyemi, initiated ancestral priest over 22 years.
I'm Omitola. I'm a medium diviner and healer, and we are
The House of Confirmations. Ekabo.
Ekabo means welcome, alafia, everyone. Come on in. We're happy to see you, Miss Damanish Kent, and all of you all that are tuning in.
Mother of the church.
Yes.
They in here now. They
Thank
working.
you, Baba. I had to wake them up.
Ooh, they working now. They say, "Oh my goodness."
See,
it always had to speak to
it
us.
always happens when Jamesia don't tune in. Now we gotta tag Jamesia in, Mother Mesia in. Thank you for the welcome, Damanisha. We see mothers of the church welcoming them.
Got crackers being passed around now. I say I do pray.
And for those who don't think you're a mother or a deacon or a part of the usher board, you cannot be a visitor 10 times and think you're still a visitor.
Yeah, right.
If you watch more than 10 seconds, you are no longer a visitor. We are asking for you to come in, be interactive. Okay? We want to hear your opinions, your advice, your guidance. Don't just be sitting up here looking at us. This is live. We are recording live.
No script.
We know y'all so used to just some nice videos. Just, it was nice. I needed that. No, you catching this shit hot out
we
the
talking
grease.
to you. And you over there trying to exhale. Did you brush your teeth? I smelled you exhale. That's how live this is. That's one of them. We in your business.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Was that too personal? Yeah, I'm sorry. I know in the beginning we told family to, come on in, unplug. I pray that family also don't be carrying, foul breath.
That may be some of the reasons for these arguments or getting treated like shit in relationships. Who knows?
I pray.
I know that's something I tried to overlook one time in dating. It never turned into a relationship, but it was a couple of dates. And
it was a concern.
The thing is, the whole car would fill up with the person's breath. Where we was working at, the whole aisle, I can smell their breath before they come. Could smell their breath through masks. See, I was a forklift operator, so we had to wear masks back then, period. Before COVID came out, you just supposed to wear masks, period, up in the forklift place. You could smell the breath through the mask. And then one time I said, be nice. Offer gum. The breath got worse. So I went to Facebook. I still have this post on Facebook. It's recorded. I asked Facebook, family, what does it mean when you give somebody gum and their breath smells worse? Okay? More of the story, why the fuck was I dealing with that? That's half of y'all in these relationships. Half of y'all know people got some real issues that just don't need to be dating nobody. They funky. You know what I'm saying? You find the stuff in drawers. That shit you choosing to put up with. But then when I identify cheating, bitch, you went too far in the first place. We gotta have standards. I gotta have standards. I can't blame that shit on him. I can't go around talking about all men ain't shit. No, that was my fault for going on past one date with that. Thought gum was gonna help. God showed me something. I was like, bitch, when I say no, no. Fuck the gum. Get out the car. Here I am, happily married today. She said, not the
stuff in the drawers.
Y'all get whatever grandmother that came down.
Cause you spelled drawers just like you supposed to say it too. That was I don't know, all my life I don't know if I have to question myself. Have I ever spelled out drawers before? I don't think I had. That was perfect. And yeah, that's an issue. If y'all are accepting these men, and
it's a real issue.
I didn't have this issue, but I will state this: if you women are out there having this issue with men, stop it. They're not grown yet. They still need to be back with their mama. And they're not done being changed. Pampers.
Yeah, it's sad the level of crippling women's doing. Women is taking men and thinking they got a nice project. They finna build a man and reap all the benefits. You just made him better for the next woman. Okay? We gotta have standards for ourselves. For ourselves. We do. We got boundaries. We gotta stop overlooking your standards and thinking throughout the relationship it's gonna get better. What y'all gotta understand, family, is in the beginning, people are showing their best self. It's called impressions. Whether you want to say it's the first one, the second, the third one, it's an impression. They are trying to impress you. Men and women are offering you their best self. They are on an interview. They are trying to book that job with you. They want you in a relationship as the boo thing. They want you to see them and really see them. Okay? They're auditioning. They're giving you their best self. So if a motherfucker's best self came with problems and issues, that's really where you started from. That's your foundation. Okay, family? Oh, my goodness! I love you, Kenya. Oh, my goodness. Kenya had the baby, y'all. She had the baby. Today she had the baby. OMG, Kenya. Which is Kate Jackson on Facebook, y'all. She had the baby.
Go wash my hands first, Kate.
Oh, my gosh. I'm trying not to cry. The baby is here. The baby is here. Give Baba the baby now.
Come on now, you had enough skin to skin time.
Just skin to skin. We're so fucking proud of you, Kenya.
Behold, the only thing greater than yourself. Y'all know what that from? What movie that from? What show that from? I'll wait. Ooh, congratulations. I share y'all. We haven't been up all night, like spiritual godparents. Like we was there spiritually, like in the room, like.
Oh, he just breastfed her. Oh my goodness.
It's a newborn baby, y'all.
Kenya has been a godchild in this house for almost 2.5 years now. So,
thank you, Brianna.
This is such a proud moment from the businesses she started. We watched her start from ground up to this baby. OMG, family.
Yes. Yeah, like this. She was like the youngest godchild in the house at one point, and then out of nowhere, she was like, "Okay, I'm pregnant." We was like, "Oh, hold on."
Mother now.
She's a mommy, y'all. First time mommy. Mommy. So proud of you.
We're so freaking proud. And all the mothers out there, do know y'all all get this same rooting on over here on this side. Personally, me, because I have not given birth this lifetime yet, I be looking at y'all like, dang, these people still walking around, breathing, and something came out of your hookah. I think it's unbelievable. You know, science like to say is natural, but I'm like, this suppose another human being did. Then I was looking at some mothers whose children now done grown tall. Then it's like, wait, that came out of you.
Right, that thing kept growing.
Wow. Where's the stop button? Because Frank is the baby. He is the baby. We just found that out. We thought you was the baby for the longest, and you kept telling us you wasn't.
You the baby
She's
girl.
short. I think because she was short.
You the baby girl.
Right.
We got you, Damanishi. We got you.
And she's sleeping, y'all. Don't be so loud. Got a new baby in the house.
Shh.
She said she definitely appreciate all the love and support from the both of us and the other God. Yes, we are.
You don't understand. Your godmother was over here calling other doctors.
I called the hospital. I called other hospitals to ask about you and what you had going on.
Yeah, we talked to the doctor. We called the hospital.
Yeah, that's one thing y'all gonna know about this house. Be in labor and I'm not there. Omoye Majah is not there. Why I called hospitals that my mother was working at Atlanta Fulton.
Yeah, we were calling other hospitals
to make sure that whatever they was doing at your hospital was the right thing. So we was getting outside sources to find out they was going through the right steps.
Find everything.
Yep.
We were told to relax, breathe.
Yeah. So after 4 hours of calling doctors, your sister, your hospital, the hospital bedroom, and the other hospitals, and my mama. I've been calling my mama all day. She said, "Yeah, you did. I was asleep." We know.
Oh, we know. We was making sure. Like, okay, nurses came in. Like, all right. We almost got on the phone with the nurses. We felt that would have been too much, but
Yeah. It was like, is it okay if she's sleeping? Y'all making sure everything okay while she's sleeping?
Yeah, let me hear her. Let me hear her. Just put the phone to her.
You weren't just gonna be able to go to sleep. Like they had a break or something. No. Make sure everything was okay, and it was. I say.
Yeah, that's the kind of godparents we are. We love our god babies.
Yes. I was calling my mama about you pushing. I was like, look, okay. She said 6 centimeters dilated. Where we at?
She around good. 4 o'clock.
She breathing. Okay. All right. She said those contractions wasn't a joke. Well, girl, the fact that you texting us and you just had a baby about 6 hours ago.
Let them know it's possible for every woman out here who have not had a child yet. Let them know. Ashe, the strength of women is amazing. No need to be mean when you have such strength.
That is true.
There's no need to overcompensate when such things like giving birth is a capability from you women. To be mean is just a bit over top. You don't have to show another form of strength. Giving birth.
That's a strength that cannot be taught. That is so true. You mothers out there, I look at y'all as superhuman. Don't think I look at y'all like y'all regular people. I'm just keeping it real.
That was amazing. Men look at all of y'all just like, if y'all wasn't so daggone crazy, we would just... The man is naturally just wanting to just worship the woman. Okay, Brianna, we're almost there.
Into your reading.
Okay, we just gotta let all these messages out. But for the women, we naturally want to worship you women as the goddesses as you all are, because the amazing things that you all do is amazing. Because you all have already shown y'all can do what we can do. Y'all already went out there and worked. Y'all already put on a pair of pants. All right, now you got some of them men out there. Well, I can do what women do. No, you can't. You cannot give birth. That is a strength and an honor. Is the reason why men want to worship you all. We just ask that if you all can just get the other bull crap away so that we can get back to worshiping you all as the great goddesses as you all are. Thank you, because as I'm a man, I came from a woman. So please, we're going to work on our self-reflection and this mean streak that women has been having, that other women don't even like to be around, so that we can get back to worshiping the goddesses that walk this world.
She said it's definitely not for the weak. I honor all mothers.
Woo!
I
say, listen, I know when I watched my son was born, I called my mother that same minute and said, Mama, I love you. I thank you. I don't know. Whatever I had did, I'm sorry. It's just something you have to witness. That make you just say, you know what? Women is great. Women are great. God, women are great. After all the bullshit. Ashe, Ekushe, Kenya, Ekushe.
Okay, leave her alone. She just had a baby. That's
Uh,
it. We're not doing that. That's what we're not doing.
Oh, you got people trying to.
Leave her alone.
Oh, Star Moon Angel? No, that's what we're not gonna do.
I need you to pick which your angel love, the stars or the moons. Which
Oh,
corner?
oh,
Okay.
damn, yeah, you can't be Star and a moon and an angel.
These hybrid
And,
shit.
yeah, that's a
Y'all got kicked
that's
over
a
there
mutt.
somewhere. I don't need
Just
no
call
mutt
yourself a
angel.
mutt.
Damn.
I'm a Star
Okay.
Moon Angel. What else are you?
Okay. So, Brianna, since you are new, welcome. Which deck? Well, no, first of all, because you're new, we will be choosing a deck for you. Please forgive us. All right. That's something, it's like a pre screen we've done with everyone that's new in our house. We read with the Orisha Tarot because they get straight down to business. Okay. They speak on everything and anything that needs to be spoke on. All right. So after this reading, after your first reading with us, you will be able to book and choose from whatever deck or the crystal ball that you would want to get a reading in.
You know, I always have a feeling and always go with it, but they're saying because this is your first time, of course, you got to get read by the Orisha deck. But they're really wanting to hear from the relationship deck from yours. Whatever's going on in your relationships, whether you're not in one or you're in one, you need to get it read and find out what's going on because they're picking up a lot on your relationship. What's your birthday
What is your birthday
and your full name?
and your full name, your first name, and your maiden last name?
Yeah, I'm feeling a lot of relationship from this one, and Dominisha can't. Uh,
Hmm?
couple of 25, 15, so, okay.
And diminish again. The card pulls are $15. You sent 25, love, so you could get a mini reading. But we want to let you all know the card pulls on Mondays and Thursdays are $15, family. Mini readings are $25, and crystal ball mini readings are $36.
What's that? I know that's why I was picking up relationship for her. She's number 2.
She's a number 2. Wow. Got a 90s babies in the house. Gotta shout out the
Hey,
90s
yeah,
babies.
shout out to y'all 90s baby.
The Shy got me Millie walking again. I gotta stop watching the Shy. Okay. Okay. You're giving off a lot of energy here, Crystal. Oh my god. I should have thought about sitting right here
Where everyone could just see her. Mm-hmm.
next to my ear while
Mm-hmm.
trying to get to the car. You may have to move, sweetie. Because I know I talk a lot, but it's not a bad thing. Yeah. Oh, 90s babies throwing down tonight. So if you have any type of problem with the 90s babies, get off your chest here. Okay, we're here. We can speak up for ourselves because I've been talking a lot of shit in them barbershops and them salons.
All right, 80 babies, just fall back. Let them have their time.
Yes, we can come to the spades games now. It's our times now.
Yeah, okay. Got you. So yeah, that's exactly why they was picking up on that energy. We'll speak more about that after this.
Yes, definitely recommend work on, like you said, cord cutting and yes, we know you want a mini reading. We're speaking on your life path number. We work with numerology as well. That gives us great insight on the energies that are involved. Tonight, see, y'all don't do that while I'm in the y'all. You come for us when after I'm done. Okay. We always give 80s babies love. We ain't never said nothing about
no
80s.
choice, right? We're gonna take that love. We come out swinging. Crack residue. Crack dragging on our feet and shit. We crack babies. I'm weirded out when I see a crackhead today. Like, really?
You still?
Where did you find the piece from? Like, from an old
Who's
crackhead?
still selling crack? At
Right,
this point,
like,
y'all just making it. Ain't nobody selling crack. The most pills and shit. Niggas drinking lean and shit.
Yeah, at this point, you probably got some bootleg crack. Ain't no
that ain't real crack. Okay,
no,
they done snorted all that shit.
Crack,
they done smoked all that.
You ain't wasting cocaine on crack no more. That shit too.
Too
So fucking, let me just do the coke.
Yeah.
You got niggas just selling coke now. Why?
We is coming to your reader, but your ghetto ass spirits walking with you. That's who we down with, okay? So let us puff and pass these spirits that's coming on by so we can hear her say, y'all hula hoop dance. But no hula hoops.
All right. Y'all gonna learn today.
But that was a whole nother breed. The 80s, the crackheads in the 80s and 90s, that was still family. They still, was like a part of the community. Crackheads today done turned into what we know as junkies.
Yeah.
Like, no, you a junkie. I know a crackhead, but you is a junkie.
Like, you got no family. Like, you sold your family, didn't you? You ever met a junkie where you know they ain't got no family?
When you smoking dick for it now, you a junkie. You done went too far. You ain't got to suck dick for crack. I don't know who need to hear this. You don't have to do that. It's too much out here. So first of all, that shouldn't have nothing to do with it. If you just horny, you should just don't be selling yourself for a drug that just gonna make you want to do it anyway. We gotta stop somewhere here now. This Evelyn.
Lord.
Whoever needs to hear that, y'all relay them a message. Okay? Because you can't lie when you're high. I don't know who can tell a lie while smoking.
That's fine. Rocking around here with dick and crack breath. That ain't cute.
And then want a relationship. Want somebody to do some root work for you. We tell people mental institute, therapy,
clinic,
bath, shower, maid, jail. We're honest in this house. We give you exactly what's needed.
You don't need no bath for that, bro. No.
You need to turn yourself in. Ain't no fucking bath for that. You got a whole body on you. You talking about, can I get a spiritual bath, sir?
No, you need to go do your time.
We did not have this conversation, okay? You don't know me. Click.
Yeah, some people don't like us as spiritualists. You ever had to tell a person trying to come get out here, no, you need to do your time. You guilty.
Right. We is not them spiritualists.
Yeah.
See how many people viewing right now? 11. That's for a reason. Everybody and their mama don't come into us. We let them know, ma'am, you stink down there. If it came up in a reading, we tell it.
I don't know who told you that, but I don't like this. That's scary.
We've had to tell some truth. We've had people block us because they don't know how we know certain things. We've had someone block us because she's told nobody on her Facebook this information. She needs to know how we know. I'm like, did you not book a spiritual reading? She's like, yeah, but that was something that was never mentioned and brought up. And because we kept telling her it was a reading, we got blocked. Y'all stop playing with when people really got the gift. Now, you are number 2, okay? This is your second time here, Brianna Berry. We're back on you.
Yep.
Okay, you will get accustomed.
This is how your family works. Use a life path number 2. We pray that you have pen and paper to write down notes because this is your reading. You are contacting your spirit. Life path number 2. You have been reincarnated a minimum of 2 times. You fresh down here. Not too fresh, but you still fresh. You come down here to focus on duality. Dual. That means you and another person. Doesn't matter if it lasts forever. You're still going to have to work out how to work with another person in your life. to add in another person with your life. That is two.
Absolutely. Being a number two is definitely finding balance with others. It's like being graded in school. You get graded on you, and then you get graded on how well you work with others. That is the number two life path. As number twos, you'll be learning networking, okay? Having to depend on others, having to work with others. It's not just about you and how successful you can be with yourself. How successful can you be while dealing with others? So number twos usually go through many different relationships, not to say that they all failed, or not to say that that person is a failure when it comes into relationships, because the amount of experience needed to learn a different type of relationships, a different type of bonds, and a different type of people as such a young spirit down here in this realm. That's definitely needed.
I'm sure.
Papa Legba Eshua, we come to you on behalf of Brianna Berry. Brianna Berry, Brianna Berry. We ask for great messages on behalf of Brianna Berry. Do not block us, do not trick us. Relay our messages, relay our blessings. Ashe. Ashe.
I'm sure. You
Ashe.
right, you right, you right.
You right.
Mm.
Okay, Minister. Great ancestors, we come to you on behalf of Brianna Berry. Brianna Berry, Brianna Berry. We ask for great messages on behalf of Brianna Berry. Brianna Berry, Brianna Berry. Ori Eshu. Ori Eshu La Woye. Eshu Bien. Eshu Dada. Eshu Anika Day. We come to you on behalf of Brianna Berry, Brianna Berry, Brianna Berry. We ask for great messages on behalf of Brianna Berry, Brianna Berry, Brianna Berry. Ola Damari, Ella Damari, come to you on behalf of Brianna Berry, Brianna Berry, Brianna Berry. We ask for great messages on behalf of Brianna Berry, Brianna
What
Berry.
you say, bro?
Ashe, Ashe. Yeah. Okay. And that's very important too, to know that while you're in relationships, the relationships are also showing a lot about you. You get to learn yourself in relationships. You get to learn things about yourself that you probably didn't know before the relationship. So the things that did not go your way, or that you feel like did not go to your favor, was still a positive, because there's a lot of things, a lot of strengths, a lot of moments, a lot of gifts that came out, and they're saying that you did not rely on who you were. You have an issue with losing yourself in relationships, okay? So you can't blame other people for that. No matter how toxic a relationship is, if you're in that relationship, you play a part of the toxicity. And in order to not get blamed or be faulted for the toxicity, did you remain who you were? Did you stand on your principles? Okay? Did you stand on your opinion, on your point of view? Or did you move all that out the way to save a relationship? They're showing that you did not think your way through this relationship. You only dealt with your emotions when it came to this relationship. Okay? And they also want to let you know that allowed you have to work harder. Okay? It had you working harder for something that you could have just used your mind for. There was a lot of situations that you was put in that you probably didn't have to go through. You could have avoided a lot of situations if they say you would have been, if you were thinking. Okay, and they say you have spiritual gifts, you have spiritual abilities that you're not using for the right way. Okay, you got these emotions that's blocking your gifts, blocking your ability to hear from spirit, to feel your intuition, to even know when someone lying to you, knowing when something's not right, being able to see down the line, see down the road. Your emotions are blocking it. So that's something else they want you to know, that you have spiritual abilities and you are not being spiritual enough. Okay, you are relying on the physical realm and your physical feelings to fix all problems. And you don't just have physical gifts. You just don't have physical tools. Okay, everything that's going on in a relationship is not just physical. It's not just stemming from something that happened physically. Not in all cases. But because you do have spiritual tools and spiritual abilities, they want to let you know certain situations are to pull that out of you. Okay. for you to use it. There's moments that come across where you have to go within self and pull out those moments that you may not know you had. And they're saying there's a lot of times you did not rely on self. There was a lot of times you didn't rely on your gut feeling, your gifts, your abilities, and lost yourself. As a number two, you're going to have to learn how to be yourself even more with others and learning how to work with others. Working with someone, being with someone is not forgetting who you are or not knowing who you are in the first place. So there's a level of self-identity that's needed because it says you're working too hard for things that's already there, things that's already in your grasp, things that you already know how to get.
And self-identity, as you were saying that, and I was looking at the message in my head, I was saying you need self-confidence. You do too much for other people, benefiting other people because you feel like you're not worth it. That is something that you are going to have to work on. And you have not been using your spiritual abilities, much like disconnecting yourself from toxic, toxicity. You keep it. You know how to do certain things and you ought not to. You have to also learn how to let go and reap what is yours. Don't stay in a position where you know the other person is reaping way more than you're reaping. You're just putting the hard work in.
For someone else.
You are living that life and you got to stop living that life because you come accustomed to that and you're going to make that to be a habit. And then your children will make that a habit as well. You are needing spiritual work. You are needing you're needing a baba. You're needing spiritual route. You're needing to get comfortable with your spiritual gifts once again. You don't need to just be out there just dealing with stuff and just being hit with life. You need to also take accountability of your own gift that you was given.
Yes, and when it comes to self identity and knowing who we are, study to show thyself approved. He who knows does not die like he who does not know. So after we take accountability, then we have to walk in obedience. A lot of us are not obedient to who we are. A lot of us are not obedient to who we truly are. We can bend, we can become flexible when it comes to certain situations, when it comes to putting ourselves through certain things, when it comes to self-sabotaging ourselves. No one self-sabotages ourselves like us, like we do ourselves. No one put us through any ringer that we don't put ourselves through first. So after we take accountability for the part we played, we have to walk into then obedience. That means that now to break a habit, we're going to create another habit. We got to remove the illusion of thing. We just going to cut cold turkey. I'm just going to cut that nigga off, please. Ain't no way. And don't let it be double dick. Shit. Most people crackheads for sex and don't want to talk about it. Want to say it was everything else in the book while they stayed that long. Ha! Obedience. If we want to be committed to anything outside of self, we got to be obedient. To who? Us first. Our Most High dwells within us. God dwells within us. We can't even be obedient to our own self. We get in relationship, forget all the shit we was working on, all that good game we talked about ourselves, all those promises we made ourselves, all those goals we had for ourselves. Now it's gonna be thrown to the side because we got a man, we got a woman, and we see it all the time. We see the cycles. People doing good, people get dick, and then they come back when that dick done moved on and want to jump right back on track. Think it's that easy, that simple. Some of y'all need to get in the sex magic class. Sexual energy exchange is very important. If you're coming to the table with more than another person have, you are exchanging. You need to be looking at what are y'all creating together.
I do recommend that you get a relationship reading, but before you do that, please book a full life reading in the inbox. Book a full life reading, start a spiritual journey, start to get comfortable with your spiritual journey, and then learn how to stop taking so much bullshit because you don't feel worth it. Stop doing more work than you're for others than you're putting into yourself. You're gonna have to take this serious, Miss Brianna. You're the '90s baby. We are looking at y'all like the future. '90s babies. You have a responsibility, and it's just not for others. You have a self responsibility.
First.
So definitely, we'll be looking forward to seeing you in the inbox. Not on live. This will be private. Go ahead and talk about this because whatever you dealt with had you deal with it for so long, but it's not good. And this is why we're speaking. Do you have any questions about your reading? Because we were speaking about this earlier. Things that affect us when we were younger, when we were children, how it still affect us today and affect us in our relationships. And some that may be dealing with the toxicness, dealing with making sure others are taken care of before you are. A lot of us grow up with that issue.
Overcompensating.
Oh, the overcompensation because we don't feel like what we have is enough, or we feel like what we're bringing to the table uh, won't be compensated.
Or you got some motherfuckers overcompensate so they ain't got to work on their problems. They ain't got to heal from their trauma. Some people overcompensation is an excuse to still be shitty. For whatever case, if we are overcompensating for something, that means another area is lacking. We are always supposed to be creating balance. At the end of the day, if we're overcompensating for anything in any area, there's a whole nother area lacking. Going without less than it should. We need to be balanced. We shouldn't be overcompensating in a relationship. We shouldn't be chasing motherfuckers inside of a relationship. We should be chasing people down in a relationship. We shouldn't be giving people ultimatums in a relationship. We couldn't date our ancestors, y'all. Let's just keep it real.
Oh man,
They would have been dealt with our ass and gave it to the hogs. All the shit they was going through, you think they had time for somebody manipulating ass, using sex to claim goddessship and divineness? But you had Suge down at the juke joint. You think people really marrying people for the games? To still play the game? You think men was marrying women to still see if they had it? You think our ancestors were getting married because the motherfucker was responding to their text message within a certain time period? Really look how much we've diluted what we call relationships. You really think our ancestors was going through social media problems in their relationship? No, because they was actually completing and building with each other. We done got too busy kissing the motherfucking ass out of the name of love, tolerating out of the name of love, selfishness in the name of love, self entitlement out of the name of love. We know some people that just want to get back with people just so they can break up with them. They was upset that they was broken up with first. And these are people way in their 40s. We not talking about no young people, y'all. We talking about people in their 40s just want to get the motherfucker back so they can break up with them. It's like, wow. We got one woman called 2 weeks straight wanting a doll made because her ex had a baby. So bump the fact that they was exes. She found out that he had a baby, and now she don't want him with the woman because they had a baby. So if he didn't have a baby, he could be with her. What the fuck? We are playing too many games and getting upset with somebody's feelings getting hurt.
Hmm.
as women, we got to stop signing up for bullshit, dealing with bullshit, and then getting mad when we get bullshit for a relationship. Moving on from the relationship, mad, bitter with men, giving the next man problems and hell just because you fell for the last bullshit. That ain't the next man problem.
Yeah, and I'm gonna go ahead and get this key advice out right now for those who have been dealing with long-term relationships and getting out of them. Ungroom yourself for that person. That's going to help you disconnect yourself from them. Remember, you groomed yourself for them all those times and years and sleeping and all of that. You groomed yourself. So now that you're out that relationship, you're still groomed for them. Ungroom yourself. Self-reflect. Learn yourself. Again. Take whatever time that may take. Some people used to say, well, it took half the time that you was in the relationship to get over it. That's what they meant. Not crying, eating ice cream, sobbing, watching sad stories. No, learning themselves again. That's what they were trying to do. And it didn't take them as long as it was what they were with somebody. They told you it should take half the amount of time, if not less. Never should take the same amount of time and more. I mean, you never knew yourself.
Yeah, that's the issue. People not taking the time, period. And a lot of our people don't want to tell the truth. And for relationships, we're not really looking for love. We're not really looking for love when it comes to relationships. We are looking for a escape from all the bullshit we're going through. And when we get in relationships and we realize we can't escape the bullshit we're going through, we can't escape what happened in our childhood. We can't escape what the family got going on. We can't escape all of our personal problems. Now we're going to turn on a relationship and blame it on the relationship. You weren't supposed to be using that man and woman for a scapegoat anyway. You weren't supposed to be looking at them as a lick anyway. Supposed to be looking at what can we get complete together. For example, we're about to get into your reading, Dominique, again. For those who are having troubles out there identifying, you meet someone and it's so good in the beginning that all y'all can do is lay up in a bed with each other and complete nothing else. That is a sign. That is not a honeymoon phase. That is a succubus taking all of your energy.
A stagnated energy. You got lost in the sauce and couldn't recognize it.
Maybe that needs to be repeated again. If you get in a relationship and all you all want to do is lay in a bed all day, don't want to go out, don't want to see nature, don't want to go on dates, don't want to meet families, don't even want to go to work no more, calling out of work, when y'all don't want to do nothing but just be up on each other and in the bed, nowhere else, that is not the one. The one is when you're with someone and you are inspired, motivated, encouraged, have even more advice to get the things you had done even quicker. You want to do the things you had to get on your list even more, just so you can get back to them. You want to accomplish things greater because now you know it's going to make more time for that person. Y'all going to have more money to do things now. You're seeing things down the line with the person. When you come across an energy and being with them makes you feel better about yourself, makes you feel better where you're going. You have a greater outlook for your future. You're inspired. You're wanting to try new things. For those dealing with motherfuckers that just want to talk on the phone all day, you might want to look at catfish. And see what the fuck going on with people talking to people for 5 and 6 years and all they did was want to talk on the phone all day. That is not a honeymoon phase. And stop getting in relationships trying to get honeymoon phases and it's not even a marriage. Look at these relationships. Is this what I would call a marriage? But we want to play house and have honeymoon. Because the sex is good. A lot of people's sex is good. That may hurt some of y'all feelings. I know somehow they made us feel like only 1 in every million people gonna have good stuff. Listen to the men being around the men's cipher. You got men leaving good pum pum if they're crazy enough.
Oh yeah, good pom pom don't keep a man.
Good pum pum don't have to be like, damn, gotta go. And women don't act like we ain't had to do that for some good dick before. God damn, that nigga crazy. This is the third time this week blacking me out. I can't keep putting makeup on this shit. Gotta leave the. So let's stop using sex as a basis of why we like each other. There's a lot of immaturity going on. And a lot of that immaturity is not just our faults. A lot of that shit was put into our systems at very, very young age. We've been exposed to sexual energies at very, very young age. Some of us unwanted sexual energy at very young age, both men and women. We got to stop thinking that it was only the women that were being molested and sexually abused. It's a lot of men that went through that too. It's healing needed all across the board. We cannot just say, oh, women need healing because of all these men out here. No, that's not right. Because a lot of these men need healing because some of y'all women out there.
Preach.
Because of who they baby daddies, who they baby mamas is, who they in-laws was.
Who their mama was.
Who their mama was. It's a lot of men need healing because of women. Hell, they even trying to go to other races thinking that's going to heal it. Nah, baby.
That's a woman.
So healing is needed across the board. And then healing takes time. So now we got to know what we speak of. As we're calling on healing, we got to have the patience for healing. We can't ask a motherfucker to be healed and you want them healed by a certain time because you want to be with them and need the relationship to work. That's selfish as hell. And I hate hearing it. Being in the inbox and relationship readings, want a person to heal just so you can be with them. Wow. That's right. Not because the person really needs to heal from that and you hate that they went through that.
Stuff enough for them.
Just heal them enough for me that I can deal with it. Okay. God heard you. I hope you know we're recording all messages and send them straight to the Most High when you booking with us. Okay. Healing takes time. So if you ain't got time, you need to pray for it. If you ain't got patience, you need to pray for it. And then you need to be well versed in what you proclaiming, what you're professing, what you're manifesting. Be prepared for what you pray for. As we always say, just be careful. Y'all don't overlook that word. Y'all done heard that shit so many times. Don't nobody know what that means. Be careful what you pray for. Be prepared for what you pray for. So if you pray for healing, prepare for the time that it takes to really heal from something. And if you feel like you ain't got that time, then pray for miracles. You gotta be just as great as you say you are. Or why you feel like you shouldn't have to deal with all the shit you're dealing with in relationships. Pray for miracles. You need something to happen miraculously. That is different from healing. A miracle. My husband is a miracle. My relationship is a miracle. The shit I done went through in relationships, I'm still healing within my relationship. It is a miracle that I am married after what the fuck I've been through in my relationships. I am not done healing.
Yeah, maybe that's also an issue that we don't want to recognize that we need healing, but we don't ever want to look at it was our fault of the last relationship. It's always the other person's fault, and when we do that, we never work on ourselves. We always move forward with the same issues, and then come around to, man, all these bitches crazy, man, all these niggas ain't shit.
No, that doesn't work no more.
It don't work no more. That ran for, I don't know, probably a good
20. I said 20.
20 years.
Yeah.
That ran for a good 20 years. That excuse ran real fast. It didn't last. I don't know why it was ever tried. I don't know how many times in history it's been tried. but it didn't work this time.
It just created a whole bunch of baby mamas and baby daddies. That's all it did. That mentality. Oh, bitches ain't shit. Niggas ain't shit. Well, you got a baby by all of them.
Right.
Babies didn't stop. So obviously you getting hard and wet for ain't shit people. That's a you problem. Okay. That's a you problem. If you they weren't like that in the beginning. Well, why was we so quick in the beginning? You should have been prepared for what you were signing up for. That's why they always tell young ladies to date and court. And what that means is multiple men. Don't be sleeping with all the men. Don't be sleeping with all the men and think that you're going to find out which one to one. No, you're supposed to date, court. And between the suitors, you will be able to have, I don't want to say comparison, but you will be able to see, which energy is, the most compatible for you. But when you fucking a nigga and you finna fuck that nigga for 3 months straight, and now you mad at all men around you, and now you finna treat all men like shit because of that one nigga you was fucking on, that's your problem. You didn't, research the dick before you hopped on it. That is not an example. I mean, that is not an excuse to still be shitty in relationships because of what happened in your. That should be a reason why you grew up, because you don't want the same thing that happened in the last. Can't just expect a motherfucker come relationship. Oh, I'm finna see if you finna do what the last one did. Oh, I'm just gonna watch you. I'm finna see. No, we gotta remove that self entitlement. Because divorces is real. People is getting divorced. People are separating. People is leaving their homes, and y'all, that's a bigger issue than a motherfucking white man. That is a bigger issue. We can't use that excuse anymore. Because you bring that up to me. If you bring up colonization, enslavement up to me, I'ma ask you this: what the fuck was they doing to get fucking colonized? How the fuck you go from empress, emperor, king, queen, ruler to fucking enslaved? What the fuck was you doing to get enslaved? That's what I'm gonna ask. What the fuck was these great original beings? First race out of all these races, the first race all these races came from the mother and father progenitor, the gods on this earth. Please let me know what the fuck the gods were doing to get enslaved. Because we're talking about it right here. Don't think this is some shit that just sprouted up because we was colonized. Motherfuckers was being self-entitled, selfish, mean, over-sexual, lustful, allowing villages to get pillaged, sold off, turning on each other, capturing each other, looking at each other as licks. To me, that's how slavery came. You can't tell me a book, people sat down and read a book and said, all right, take me as a slave. For all those saying, oh, the Bible was written to keep us as slaves. That's the white man. Please show me a movie where they all sat down, read the Bible, and said, okay, you can take me and my family. We're ready. We're finna line up and y'all can just shackle us. That's not what the fuck happened. We're gonna have to start keeping it real. The same shit we dealing with today, after we done got up out of that, I promise you played a huge role of how we even got in it. Of how we was even so divided that our communities, our villages could be infiltrated, could be taken over. To where we could sell our own people. We could sacrifice our own people. There was some shit we were doing, and it's still a remnants of it. It's still remnants of it. We're seeing the same exact behavior, not being able to come together, jealousy, envy, hating on each other. You know, I've seen thugs and gangsters shoot more people in the hood than they have police officers gunning down their own people. I've seen our people more likely to shoot someone of their own color than somebody else of not their race inside their community gunning them down. It's a natural instinct, you see. Naturally, we used to, you know, any invaders, anyone that's not of our village, we would protect. We would scream. We wouldn't welcome so easily. You don't see that today. Naturally, you see the opposite. And I don't think that has to do with another race. Because if it is, then I don't think this race was really God's and original beings. If another race could just be a color and that's how they get everything, they ain't had to do nothing else but just be a certain color and we became submissive because of that. Because we weren't that color. No, we got to cut through that bullshit. Our color is not the issue right now. Who we are as a people and how we're treating each other is one of our biggest issues. One of the biggest. How we treat each other after we realize the sex is good is an issue. After we realize someone is in love with you, how we treat them is an issue.
Sure.
I believe domination again is a number one.
Yes.
Why is that number one?
Miss Oriana, she sent in after the cutoff time. I said she can still go. She sent up on many reading. But she's new.
Every time we do that, you know, I have to feel like
Why did I not say I felt like
you did. You read it. I appreciate that. You know, every time that happens, I feel like we have to open up the board to be fair. Family, because we did let Miss Oriana slide through after the cutoff. To be fair, we have a new cutoff. I think
I give another 30 minutes?
another 30 minutes. See, I was gonna get 15 minutes. That was so sweet.
Because I felt like I should have gave the 1 o'clock originally, right?
Right.
So family, the cutoff time and Domination Gant, thank you.
For your patience.
And thank you for being the mother of the church. Cause when they come in, she cutoff time was 12:30.
Thank you so
I
much.
do pray. I know we go through this, and y'all be like, Baba, I know we try to help you out. I thank you because Baba gives a cutoff time, and if family's not here to hear the cutoff time, they come in a little later and they're still booked, and then we have to let them know, ooh, cutoff time was already. But so we understand. We thank you all so much, mothers of the church. I do pray. So new cutoff time is going to be 1:30 p.m. Eastern time. That is in 30 minutes, family. So if you did not book and was looking to book, you now have 30 minutes and it is 7 slots available. Ashalafia Oriana. Welcome on in, Akabo. Welcome on into the House of Confirmations.
I say, family, we really appreciate you all. Don't want to get burnt out and not be able to get into the group collective reading for family. So family, make sure you all are sending energy. Make sure you all are sending love. Make sure that you all are interactive. Okay, so energy is not just being pulled, energy is not just being received, but energy is being exchanged. All right, family.
Asha.
We believe in healthy relationships, equal exchange of energy. Yes. That's just to say more messages has to be heard. We can't just go to bed because we want to. We get messages and I sleep.
We up all night?
5 a.m., 6 a.m. The other night, I think it was 2 nights ago, we went to bed at 6 a.m. Sun was up.
Asha, I do pray family for the love.
I
Asha.
do pray family.
Again, congratulations to Ayatollah Kenya,
Congratulations.
Johnson,
Oh, I want to
on
hug
the new
so
baby into this world.
So proud of you, family.
I say,
And it's important to push through because we cannot say that we ain't all experiencing some strife in some area in our life. Okay, the strifes change positions. Not everyone experiences the same troubles during the same time. Some does. Some is different moments. Some things we experience in life now, people experience before or people will experience later. Okay? So that's why we got to stop looking at other people's lives and coveting. But the art of pushing through is a power. Okay? That is a gift. For those who don't know, perseverance, to be diligent, to be able to conquer, that's a gift. And it shouldn't be overlooked. We shouldn't look at readers as that's the only gift. Okay, mediums, that's the only gift. Juju is the only gift. No, everyone has gifts. The spirit to be able to continue through, that's the gift. And that should not be overlooked. That takes strength. It takes strength to still talk to people whenever you're going through, whenever you're not feeling up to par, still being there for people, still taking care of responsibility, still waking up, still choosing life. Okay, so in moments where we say send energy, it's to push through. Because talking about all this, sometimes it doesn't make us feel the best, but it's medicine. And as we receive it and take it in, it's going to start doing stuff.
And speaking on gifts, and also in relationships, your partner has a gift. Let them explore that gift. Do not block them from using that gift. Everyone has a gift, and vice versa. Do not let them block your gift. And don't block your gift because you feel like you don't want to show this person this gift. It is your gift naturally. The person who comes into your life is going to add to it. Vice versa, you will add to their gift. That's how you know if it's a match made in heaven. Let's not take that word for granted. A match made already in heaven before you was known. The both of you are going to come down here and coexist with each other, work with each other. Like you stated, if you find yourself wanting just to lay up all day long, that is not a match made in heaven. That is lust. That is control. Possessiveness.
Putting a genie in a bottle. Y'all done put sex. Y'all done put private parts in a bottle. Called the bottle a bed.
The bed is the new genie bottle.
The house is the new genie bottle. As long as we in the house, but not actually building anything in the house, we fine.
And listen, it's not like we are making up anything. I believe in the 90s, it was known that a woman would get her man a pager to find out where he's at. Well, pager. We men had to make jokes about it. Go look at the comedy skits. Men was having to make jokes about gotta lose my pager. It wasn't cool no more. My wife is blowing me up. My girlfriend blowing me up. Oh my God, I got 5 different women blowing me up. It's just, we have to understand not to control, not to possess. Allow someone to be able to use their gifts, whatever that gift may be. If it's truly a match made in heaven, that gift should coexist with your gift. Whether y'all together or apart.
Miss Dominisha again, our lovely number 1.
Yes, I love this number 1. Fresh spirit.
Very proud of her. A strong figure for her family.
Usher.
Definitely proud of Miss China D. Miss China D. Which deck would you like your mini reading from? Would you like a mini reading from the Orisha Tarot?
Orisha did say Orisha.
The relationship deck? Okay, so she chose Orisha.
Yeah, Orisha. I believe you said Orisha if I'm correct.
Family, the new cutoff is in 24 minutes. The new cutoff is 1:30 a.m. Family, continue to send energy, light, love, beautiful vibes so we can still push it through with enough energy to do the group collective reading. Let's get spicy with the don't make me get my margarita out the refrigerator. Do I need to get my drink?
Let's get spicy. And this one came in earlier speaking of she's been enjoying her relationship and dating.
Look, got a red candle burning. Spicy, you say? Spicy, you say? Why do I hear Bula? I think we showing too bad. Spicy. We know spicy.
Alafia Courtney joining in with
Thank
us.
You for the love, Courtney.
Family, there is 23 minutes until the cutoff time for those who are just coming in. Please do not book after 1:30. We are still trying to get into the group message.
Sure.
God willing, we have enough energy. For that family.
Sending your family a different shower.
Women, if you are finding yourself in relationships where the man is causing you to be mean, leave the relationship. He is ruining you for your right, Mr. Right.
On purpose.
On purpose. That is
strategically done.
That is an enemy. If he is causing you to ruin yourself, if you are with someone and they are not making you better for the next person, regardless if you're even going to meet the next person or not, if you are not embettering this person for the next person with that type of love, you don't love that person and you don't deserve to be with a person that doesn't think like that.
That's possessiveness.
That is possessiveness. You are always to think to make a person better, whether you're going to be with them forever or for the next person.
For that point,
I say, yeah, don't get into a relationship and then down a person. So when they get into the next relationship, they're already down, bad, kicked.
Because Ariana said, yes, I should go get my liquor.
So what?
I said, Ariana said, yes, should I go get my margarita out of the refrigerator? She said, yes.
She said, drink water, sis. Drink water.
My spirit being got that drink out of the refrigerator. I've been drinking. All right. Been on for 2 hours, family. We appreciate you all.
I do pray, family, for the love and the energy that you all are sending out to us. Taylor, I don't know if I've been in the inbox with you since I've done your Ogun work. I pray things have been changing in the home and things are looking better in the home. I have to remember to get updates, especially with you.
Papa Lekba, sure. We come to you on behalf of Dominisha Gant. We ask for great messages on behalf of her love life, on behalf of her relationships. Do not block us. Do not check us. Lay our messages. Ashe, Ireo. I just got to do that real quick because when we give messages, we're speaking them over ourselves as well for the spirituals out there. So we have to do the work to get these things from being called on us. And so when we get positive messages, we just take time to fucking celebrate because that's a beautiful thing to be able to speak out the mouth, even when we're relaying messages to others. Girl, you got good messages coming already. Oh Lord, here we go. That's your energy you're bringing. Because spirit sees something nice. Reflection on yourself. Great ancestors, we come to you on behalf of Deminisha Gant, Deminisha Gant, Deminisha Gant. We ask for great messages on behalf of Deminisha Gant. Love, life, and relationship. Do not block us. Oriye yo. Oriye shun. Kawaka. Biesio. Bakoso. Shango. We come to you on behalf of Deminisha Gant, Deminisha Gant, Deminisha Gant. We ask for great messages on behalf of Deminisha Gant. Love, life, and relationship. Ella Damari, we come to you on behalf of Deminisha Gant, Deminisha Gant, Deminisha Gant. We ask for great messages on behalf of love, life, and relationship. Ashe, 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 Ashe. You had a couple of messages coming, so definitely just had to choose, okay, the messages to speak on live because you had way more than 3 cards for the men reading want to speak. Um, First of all, they want to. They're starting off with 10 of shells with success. Okay, they want to let you know that the prospects that you are looking at and dealing with, you have great successful chances there. Okay, you have great chance, great opportunity for success with the prospects that you are looking at while dating. They also want to let you know find relationships that bring balance to your life. Look at what things that you got going on in your own life and your personal life, whether it may be career, family, or spiritual journey, and they want to let you know find those that balance what you got going on in your life. Find those that release some of the tasks and responsibilities that you may have. That's going to help you in relationships. That's going to help you not feel so overwhelmed, not feel like you have enough time, you have enough energy to actually pursue relationships. Okay. Um, Also, sacrifices. They want to let you know that what you have to put in relationships, even though we've put in relationships in the past and they may not have worked or they may not have given us the outcome that we thought. We have to always have that same work ethic for things that we want. When we want a relationship to propel, when we want something to move forward, what are we giving? What are we putting in? What are we, I always remind women when it comes to relationships, we got to have that giving room. When we put on that dress and it's too tight, you can cut that seam and open it up some and have more room. We got to know where to give. So they want to let you know when it comes to dating and when it comes to seeing relationships move forward, look at what areas in your life where you're going to have to make time, where you're going to have to make energy, where you're going to have to. Women don't know when to show men that they're interested, when to show men that they're ready to move forward. So we got to make time to put that energy to, okay, yes, I am feeling you. I don't want my work, I don't want my personal life to overlook me expressing what I want from this relationship. Always make sure that you are making the sacrifices in the areas that you need to make sure that relationships can prosper, can move past the dating stage. And also sexual energy. I'm not sure what's going on there. Definitely will want to speak more privately in the inbox to find out what's that gearing to. That was popping up a couple of times.
Making sure no one's coming to seduce her out of her success.
Thank you. Perfectly said.
Want to make sure that in the midst of you having fun, that there's not ill intent on the other side. It's like being a driver. We were speaking on this the other day with one of our counseling sessions. When driving, we drive not just for ourselves, but we drive for the other person too. Same thing in a relationship. Be careful of, yes, you may have good intent. Yes, you may be enjoying yourself, but make sure that the other person is not coming in with his ill intent and making sure that he's not trying to just spit game. A lot of messages have been coming out about men spitting game. Not the women, the men spitting game. Be careful of the men spitting game, and be careful that you're doing more sacrifices than he's doing. Make sure that there is a balance of the sacrifices that's going on. This is what you're ultimately looking for when getting into relationships and in the dating field. Is what you're looking for, the signs that you're looking for. Be careful of those with the ill intent of trying to seduce you. I'm sure. And ultimately, have fun. There's much success in learning. There's success in everything that you do, but do not let anyone take your success from you. Do not let anyone take your experience from you. Do not let anyone take your joy from you. I'm sure.
You have any questions, Dominisha? Let's try to do. No time, no time.
I'm sure. I said, Oriana, you are new. If you can, please drop us your full name, your full maiden name, and your birthday. And because this is your first time, you will be read with the Orisha deck. After this, you will be able to choose, like our Domination Gant just chose. I say, like she was just able to choose from the relationship deck. She wanted to get spicy with things. I say, but we always let everyone know, be responsible when coming in, and especially when coming into the real deal, as such as the House of Confirmation. You want to take spirit messages serious. So we always tell family, take those steps in learning yourself, reading yourself. And in this house, we do make sure, as responsible priests, we read from the Orisha deck, which is going to be dealing straight with you. Then you'll be able to dibble and dabble into the crystal ball.
Yes, our motto in this home is the first time hearing from spirit with us shouldn't just be on relationships, okay? We don't believe relationships is the base start of all problems or all issues or even blessings. Okay, so in our house, if this is our first time reading you or you getting a reading with us, we start with the Orisha Tarot because we want to speak on all is that's the name of the deck, but it's not only just speaking about who's the Orisha head or what Orishas you should work with. These Orishas, the way they're broke down in this tarot deck actually let us know what energies needing balance in our governing situations. Okay, so it gives us a broader spectrum when the newbies come into the home. Shout out to those who've been holding it down on YouTube, still viewing from YouTube. Thank you, YouTube family, as well as Facebook family.
I'm sure.
LaSasha Hiller.
All right, LaSasha.
I do great people. Family, please leave reviews. Even if you're not a newbie, we would love to still have reviews from you all. Yeah, the old heads will speak on relationships. That's why we go to them.
Yeah, if it's truly the message that needs to be said first, oh, it'll come out.
Yes, we love the Orisha deck. You hit it right on the head. Absolutely.
Mothers of the church don't point now.
We love the mothers of the church. Thank y'all. See that little wake up call they got?
Ooh, I love it.
LaSasha Rohan. LaSasha Rohan. I'm sorry for rolling your R. I'm trying to say it another way.
I was going to do the same thing.
I'm trying to say
LaSasha Hiller Rohan.
Please forgive us. We don't know what.
I don't know how any other way to say it.
Rohan.
Is there anyone else out there not rolling her name?
Rohan.
Rohan. I'm a roll it.
We don't know what we got going on over here, but it's rolling, girl. She said yes. Said it. Okay, so it is rolled. Okay, we got to
we're rolling the R's. Rohan. Yeah, that would be spirit just said, no, you better roll that R. I like to roll my R. Sorry about that, y'all.
That's how y'all know how genuine spirit was. They weren't even gonna let us fuck up her name. They're like, it's a Rohan. Okay. You call it? You want no message? Say it right.
You want to speak to our ancestors? Yeah, speak my name right. A damn thing. Yeah, hear crickets. Say my name. But I doing reading for Muhammad Ali. Say my name. Say my name now. It ain't Cassius Clay, nigga. Muhammad Ali. Say my name. We got you. Even though you a newbie, we ain't ever gonna forget your name. And you better not ever be a newbie after this. Are you okay? Oh.
Okay. It's something about stopping laughing. I don't know why it's not so easy. I'm trying to make it out. Oh my God, my stomach hurt. I hate laughing to my stomach. Then I get out of breath, and then I feel bad. It's just a lot of stuff that go on. I'm okay. Thank you for asking. You're so sweet. Thank you. The only told her is okay.
I said, I do pray.
I don't know why that tickled me. I really don't. That was just really funny and cute to me. I laughed. Okay, family. That was me, I think.
It happens.
Right. I found something funny, you know. It was a knee slapper to me. Excuse me.
Knee slapper.
All right. Ooh. Okay. Don't make that look because I think you're not. Okay, that's Sasha Rohan.
I'm gonna stay frozen.
729 13 415 945 13 All right, we got life path number 4, Goddess. Please, on your own time, research life path number 4. As a life path number 4, you have reincarnated a minimum of 4 lifetimes. This is not your first time here. This is your 4th time here. As a number 4, life path number 4 represents balance, okay, foundation, stability, and protectors. Life path number 4s are those natural warriors, those natural protectors, those that will stand up for those who may not be able to stand up for themselves, those who are always protecting others, protecting children, okay, protecting their family. Those are the ones that really speak up. Those are those warriors, okay? As we know that Ogun's number is number 4. So when we look at number 4s are down here to find balance, okay? Every area of their life has to be going well. You can't just have one area of their life going okay and other areas are not, or even vice versa. Life path number 4s are looking for all areas, whether it's career, relationships, self, spirituality, family. All areas have to be going good. If one area is not going well in their life, they feel off balance. Just like the 4 pillars to a foundation, or 4 walls to a foundation that holds a foundation up. One of those pillars are removed, and then the whole building, the whole structure comes tumbling down. So those are the roles that number fours play: that stability, that structure, the security.
Yeah, number four, I like to look at as a house. Like we stated, four pillars, four walls, foundation. We understand if you were to take one of those walls out, it would not be a completed house. That's exactly how numbers four feel when they don't have all their ducks in a row. They feel incomplete and they get frustrated. Life path number four is all about foundations, all about making sure that all the corners are filled.
Sure.
I said,
Papa Lekba Shul, we come to you on behalf of Lasasha Rohan. Lasasha Rohan. Lasasha Rohan. Do not block us, do not trick us. Relay our messages, relay our blessings. Ashe. 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 Irayo. Great ancestors. Ooh, Jesus. We ask for great messages on behalf of Lasasha Rohan. Lasasha Rohan. Lasasha Rohan. Eshu la roye, eshu bien, eshu dara, eshu nigga day. We come to you on behalf of Lasasha Rohan, Lasasha Rohan, Lasasha Rohan. We ask for great messages on behalf of Lasasha Rohan, Lasasha Rohan, Lasasha Rohan. Not block us, do not trick us. Ola Damari, Ella Damari. We come to you on behalf of Lasasha Rohan, Lasasha Rohan, Lasasha Rohan. We ask for great messages on behalf of Lasasha Rohan, Lasasha Rohan, Lasasha Rohan. Ashe, 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 Iwea. Your message is really speaking on knowing when someone or a situation no longer serves you. Okay? Know when you've outgrown a situation, whether it's a relationship, whether it's a business deal, a job opportunity, a town, a home. Know when something is not serving you anymore. And they're speaking on having a problem of being enslaved, having situations or having relationships enslave you and keep you bound. Okay, as you are looking for stability and security and groundedness, that doesn't mean you should be bound and stuck. They're letting you know to walk away from a situation that's not serving you. Okay, they want to let you know you're dealing with deceitful energy, energy you cannot trust. Okay, not sure if it's people you cannot trust. They want to let you know you are better off walking away from the situation. And that does not mean that it's just all bad or all negative. Walking away could be better. It could be a positive thing. They let you know you will be able to think more. You'll be able to rely on your intelligence, on your smarts, whether your emotions. It's saying your emotions are clouding your great ideas. You're very smart. You're very wise when it comes to being triumphal, when it comes to conquering situations. But not when you're dealing with emotions. You become tangled. Okay, your tentacles that are supposed to be helping you achieve more tasks, greater things by having more room and more arms to do things, they're not being tangled because of the feelings and the mixed emotions. So we're gonna have to get those emotions untangled. And they're letting you know when you walk away from this situation and when you untangle your emotions, you're not gonna have to work as hard as you were for the things that you want to achieve, for the accomplishments that you want, for the things that you want for your family, the blessings that should be coming in easy because of the work that's being put in, because of the sacrifices that's being made. They're letting you know what's blocking that. They're letting you know what's keeping you and hindering you from reaching the goals that you put in the hard work for. You're not going to be overworking and overcompensating for things that's already yours. Jesus, please leave.
I'm sure. Yeah, whatever situation you are in or going through, they are telling you to walk away from it because the more you're dealing with this situation, the more is being added to your plate, and the heavier your plate is getting for you not to complete it. You picked up a lot, And you mentioned your marriage, whatever your marriage is looking like. Definitely, they're saying for whatever it is, you're doing too much. You're putting too much on your plate, and it's unnecessary. You're dealing with that toxicness. They're letting you know to walk away from it and reap the benefits of walking away.
Yes.
Not all the time are the benefits of speaking it out.
Mm.
We as a people have to recognize spirit of discernment, knowing when to walk away, when to deal with something, when to leave it alone. When we're done with this, the mission is over. Now we're just, it's like spades, picking up books, picking up bags. You don't want to pick up books and spades. You can lose the game like that. You made your books. Extra bags is not what you're picking up. Walk away.
Do you have any questions for your mini reading? Wow.
Spirits want to get you out the position where you're working too hard for another person. Take that route.
Yep. She's so grateful for that. She did some full moon work and got the same message, the same exact message. I say, well,
Confirmation.
I can say, House of Confirmations. That's what we do. We confirm things. So, as we were speaking earlier, as we take accountability, then we have to walk in that obedience. Obedience is the next step after we take accountability. Now, family, we appreciate all of you all that been viewing. We have been on for 2 hours and 22 minutes. Look at those angel numbers. But beautiful. I love when the message be like, be beautiful, beautiful.
Beautiful.
I love it. Family, send energy, send love, send likes, share, like, and love. If we would like to get these group messages out tonight, we would love to read everyone as a collective. As we only have 5 viewers in, we would love to read everyone's energy as a whole.
Now we can get the views up to let's say 10 to 11. I won't even be selfish. 10 to 11 because I know it is late, but definitely I don't want to do a group reading if it's only 5 viewers in.
Yes, we will definitely postpone the group reading, and next live definitely make sure that we do the group collective reading. We appreciate all of you all's love. Thank you so much for the energy, family.
I'll say this has been beautiful. I pray that family was able to take note and be able to self-reflect and work on these things on ourselves. That is one key thing that we are going to have to take from this. How to work on ourselves, and it's not always the other person.
So yes, family, if we could get the viewers up to 11 viewers, we will proceed forward. And that's very much a very important what you just said, Papa. Definitely got sent me into deep thought. The last statement you just said. But not always the other person. Working on self.
I said, yeah. I mean, when dealing with some of these counseling sessions that we've been dealing with, we realize that the person does not want to deal with themselves. They want to blame the other person. They want to think it's the other person thinking this way rather than self reflecting and working on the stuff that you feel is wrong with you and blaming yourself for that. Don't blame the other person. We have a issue with always wanting to point the fingers, always wanted to blame someone else because it's more comforting. It's not so hard to deal with if it's not our fault. And that's a coward way to look at things because after the person is gone out your life, who are you stuck with? Yourself.
There's no scapegoat.
There's no escape. As much as you would want to say, well, it was because of that other person while we ain't together, well, you're not stuck with them. You're stuck with you. So let's find out, what was it that you did? How can I change myself? Or let me relearn myself, or get myself out of that grooming for that person that I now know was not for me. I mistakenly was grooming myself for the wrong person. That's okay to admit. That is okay to admit, not to take that with you into the next relationship because you didn't want to deal with that mistake.
Wow.
Own up.
That was very powerful.
Thank you, I shall do it.
Very profound. I do pray for family, for the love, and for the energy that you all are sending. Definitely want to make sure that we are relaying the messages with a certain type of energy, a certain level of energy, especially when it's a group reading. When we're reading more than one people at one time. Thank you so much. I do pray, Pupo, Taylor Prince. We love you so much. I do pray, family. We've gotten the viewers up to 7 viewers at Couche.
Ashe family, continue coming in so we can get into this group reading. Also, family donations are also accepted to elongate the group message. And if family just wanted to wait till next time, just say it.
Yep, and if you all would like to wait till next time, that is no problem as well. I know a lot of messages came tonight. Family, for those who did not watch from the beginning, make sure that you tune in back to the beginning to catch all of those messages that Spirit came with.
Ashe.
Oh, thank you for the love, family. Definitely for those who are currently sending love now. We'll pull messages for those who are sending love now. I share the pray. So, for those who are obedient and are sending love, we ask for great messages and not block us and not trick us. So if you know you're sending love and positive vibes and good energy, this message is for you.
Ashe, Ray.
Got a message for the mothers out there, for those who may think that they are single mothers. They want to let you know that the sacrifice has been made, or feeling like being the sacrifice. That time is over. You will no longer have to self-sacrifice. Those self-sacrifices has been shown, have been seen, and Spirit wants to now take you out of a position where you don't feel like you have to sacrifice or struggle because of your position of whether it's motherhood, being a single mother, not having the sisters that you think you don't have in motherhood. They want to show you, don't self-sacrifice. Those sacrifices has already been made. Continue to trust and follow Spirit. Okay? We have to move out of self-sabotage. Don't beat yourself up when it comes to motherhood and mothering. Look at the sacrifices that's been made and move forward. Do not become bitter with motherhood. Don't become bitter with who you chose to have the children with. Don't make the family suffer for what you thought was mistakes. If you want them blessings, give them jobs. Not playing. You cannot be a bitter baby mama. That was not written.
This reminds me of thou shalt not sacrifice our children to the fires of Molech.
Yep.
Because when it comes to children, they have a lot of imaginary friends. A lot of the imaginary friends may be fairies and may be leprechauns. And you may just be letting off some steam when I come home and yell and fuss and curse and be mean to the children, to the mothers who, lost patience. Maybe they're the only parent in the home. I'm sure you have your excuse. Just letting you know the message. Don't be upset with the message. Be careful how you mothers are treating the children in the homes. Be more sweet with them. Do not be so bitter. Do not be so upset. Do not be so abrupt. These are not the same children who can grow up with the same raising that you had.
Oof.
You cannot give them the same lessons that you had, the same ways of raising that you had. You can't beat your children with an extension cord today. You barely can even give your children cake batter because it got raw egg in it. You can't leave your children in no hot car these days. So no, you're gonna have to be more softer. This is for the mothers out there. Doesn't matter how old your child is.
Don't be taking shit out on the children because of who they father is or what you're going through in your personal life.
Because guess what? These children have spirit guides as well.
I
And
say.
they will protect them. Don't matter who you are to them. Their spirit guides are not going to be biased. Well, that's your mama, so I can't get it back. No, you'll find things not going on in your life right. Your relationships won't be right. Nothing will be right. All because those children in your home, they went to their spirit guides and they got you back.
Know when spirit whooping your ass. Know when your ancestors whooping your ass. Know when the Most High is whooping y'all ass. Y'all like to put a lot of shit on the devil and the white folks. Look at them as belts. Those are ass whoopings. And we cannot make the family sacrifices suffer. They said the sacrifice is already made. Cannot be bitter with your choices. What they used to say is water under the bridge. Can't cry over spoiled milk. We cannot treat children like shit when children is not a factor in relationships. Okay? Men are not saying they don't want to date women with children. They don't want to date unruly women with unruly children. Okay? Break the generational curse. Take care of home. Stop trying to escape shit. A lot of y'all trying to escape parenting and trying to use relationships to do it. Relationships separate from the children. They're supposed to be a family. Supposed to be coming in to help raise the children and help them get the tools that they need to go out into society and do great for themselves and others. When you give birth to children, do know that you are raising mothers and fathers, wives and husbands. Do not get it twisted. People get caught up in that time capsule that they're only raising daughters and sons. We are all children of the Most High. We are all daughters and sons. But who are you raising is a very important factor. Not just who your child is, not just who you gave birth to, but who are you raising? Because to make them catch the dirty end shit for how you feeling and think because they can't talk back, they can't say nothing because they children stay in a child's place. That shit that we think those others got away from, no, they didn't. They bitter, old, scared of the nursing homes now. Half of them best friends are RNAs and CNAs now because of that shit. It is not as kiss. We cannot use how you feel about mother as a reason to be shitty. That is a gift, that is a blessing, that is a strength, that is a power.
Do not abuse it. Do not be a bully. It's the difference between being a parent and being a bully.
Oh, Jesus.
Don't be a bully.
And that goes to people with grown children too. The children ain't just got to be the ones still in grade school. People dealing with adult children. Stop bullying these adult children because they will continue to honor you. Because we supposed to honor our mother and our fathers, but that doesn't mean they can't honor you and not have boundaries at the same time. There's a way to honor thy mother and father within boundaries. We see it happen all the time. If you want to break the curse, we cannot continue to do what was done to us. We cannot make children a sacrifice. We see what happened when it was done to us. You mothers out there sacrificing the children, letting them get touched, don't care, and all that shit just for relationships. We see where that got us. And some of you mothers still doing it. Well, Spirit sees all. That was the message. For those who want to know why is this being brought up. It don't matter if a child can't talk back. It don't matter if a child stays in a child place. A spirit sees and knows all. You're not getting away, you're getting by. If you want to know why your love life is not where you want to be, it's probably because how you treat people. It's probably because how you treat your children. People expect so many blessings but means. So they rather overcompensate because that's their sign of why they should get their blessings, that overcompensation. A lot of us don't want to admit it. We have bullies as parents. They loved us. We could do that. Doesn't mean they didn't love us. But we just got some traditions. Traditions don't always mean they're good. Like a tradition at the age 3 or 4, girls are already hussy and bitches and tramps. That did something. Whether we survived it or not, look how we act. Look how we treat each other.
Your endearment for another woman is bitch. That's how you say you love you. That's your girl. That's my bitch right there. It sounds innocent now, but imagine writing it and your children, generations reading it. Imagine that.
Oh, my grandma had her ride or die bitch that they fucked up the world with. Hey, grandma. Translation: this is my best friend, and we accomplished all of our goals.
Conquered our goals together. And it's not for those who thought, we gotta go back to talking white. No, it's going back to understanding what you're saying.
I sure.
And how we was raised, what was said to us. See how we bring. Well, I know my mama loved me, even though she whipped the shit out of me and she kicked me and she beat me and she starved me and she kicked me out. She loved me. You see how that affects into how we are as adults.
What we accept in relationships. Another message that could be taken from this is just because you put up with it and accepted and tolerated that shit don't mean you gotta put somebody else through it. Just because you went through the shit don't mean you gotta put somebody else through it. That means you have an opportunity to stop it.
Right.
You've been given some of the disease, sickness to become immune to it, to create an antibody, to become an antidote.
Don't spread the virus. Because you feel like, well, it worked for me.
Did it?
No, it didn't. And for the most part, we as a generation, we've been trying our best not to do that, but we still let a few things slip through the cracks.
Yes, we do.
We let our children get away with a lot of things because we don't want them to go through the stuff that we went through. But when it comes down to trying to show our emotions or even punish, let's use what's another word? Not punish, but discipline. Thank you. When it comes to disciplining, we tend to go to those same routes because that's all we know. We're only doing what we know.
Traveling the same path.
Be able to stop yourself in the tracks and self-reflect and say, nope, can't do this. I want my blessings. Maybe this is why my parents wasn't getting blessings. Or maybe I even knew why they wasn't getting them blessings when I was a child. Because I know how they whooped me and I didn't like it. So I sent my imaginary friends against them, whether they was teddy bears, army men pointed out the door ready to shoot any adult that walked through the door. I'm just saying, these things make a difference. Not a child walk up to you now with a toy gun, point it in your face. Yo, bro, don't point that in my face, because you understood what that energy did.
Yep.
We don't think the same thing with our children and other types of energy. Oh, y'all better be careful. My mother told me never be the negative end of a discussion at a dinner table. Children got their own dinner tables.
Yes, they do. Oh my goodness. And children ain't been in this world long enough, this lifetime, to be all manicured and diluted and shit. Children tell it like it is.
Like it is.
Children are in a concentrated form. Okay? Children don't beat around the bush unless they've seen certain reactions and they've had to learn that behavior. But children are being told, "Oh my God, you can't say that. Oh my God, filter. Oh, discernment. Oh my Jesus, I apologize. My child said that." So don't think you done found a release station, releasing it in your home. You go through some emulation, now the whole house gonna get it. Well,
Mama not happy, nobody happy. Well, no, it needs to be something else to that. That sounds more like mama bitter, everybody bitter. That's that self entitlement. That's once again being mean.
and then you got the women upset with the men because they will leave before they just become bitter and treat the children like that. You got women just saying, "Oh, men are deadbeats. They just leaving their children." No, they're not. What are they going through in the house?
Right.
Tell the truth. Shame the devil. Don't shame the truth.
I ain't never met a man run away from his children.
There's other shit going on. Gotta be honest.
For the women out there without children, I'm letting you know, men innately want to be good fathers. There's something else going on. And if they're just shitty dudes, that's just what that is.
Take accountability.
Take accountability
You
for
fuck
that.
that.
But if innately you know every time he come around, I keep fucking it up. I don't know why I can't hold my mouth. I don't know why I said that. I don't know why I did that. Imagine all the children going through that as well. Do he want to witness the children having to go through that as well? Some men will just walk away.
And that's a hard truth to swallow. Bitter women been raising bitter women. We gotta stop it. Because women was bitter, they raised bitter women. We all know about it. They was nicer to the boys than they were the girls, and now these girls gotta be the wives and mothers. Every generation tried. They don't think every generation didn't recognize this. Ain't nothing new under the sun. You just gotta keep putting in that work and keep passing the baton. You gotta keep hacking at it till it's gone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's So it's so true, but it's so not really dealt with and talked about. It's one of those elephants in the room. Molestation is not the only elephant in the room that we deal with. Oh, there's so many elephants just tap dancing on the couch and the counters and tearing up the bathroom. We're going to acknowledge as many of them as we can because it's just too many of them that we're not talking about, but it's still leaving a mess.
Oof.
And then we got to deal with the
Blaming children for the mess.
Blaming the children for the mess.
And you know these children can't make that type of fucking mess. Ooh.
The house in an uproar, but it's the children who did it, huh? Impossible. Impossible.
You mean tell me you the adult, you've been here this many years, and all these children been here this many years, and that's why your home ain't in order. Your home wasn't in order before children came, and that's a fact you don't want to swallow. And they gave you the opportunity to get your home in order by giving you children, and look what you did. Don't make other people go through bullshit just because you went through it. That's what they mean by hurt people hurt people. It's not intentionally. It's just not knowing what to do to stop it, not knowing how to attack it. We didn't really see too many examples attacking this elephant in the room. We didn't really see too many people, as much as they want to talk shit on us and about what we do and not doing. We didn't really see too many people. We did, but not many, not group, not collective, handling these elephants in the room. But they judging us on how we do it. So best believe the next generation gonna do the same. We have to study. We have to research. We have to go to the root problem. And we have to deal with it. We can no longer look for scapegoats. It's not the drugs that's not working. Alcohol is not working. Sex, it's not even an scapegoat anymore. Making money, it's not a scapegoat anymore. Buying things, shopping, it's not an scapegoat no more. Television, that ain't a scapegoat no more. Music, it's not an scapegoat anymore. This shit is piling up. And we always say in this house, you cannot pay karma debt by creating more karma debt. This doesn't work.
Can't rob Peter to pay Paul.
Doesn't work. So we appreciate all of you all tuning in, family.
Thank you, family, for the feedback. Thank you, mothers of the church, for putting y'all gloves on. Now y'all can go ahead and put them to the side. I say I do. Wait, don't forget, when you come back in, go ahead and put them back on. It's all right.
Many blessings to you all, family. Even us catching the replay.
I say.
Thank you all for tuning in. We really appreciate you all support, love, interaction. You all make HOK HOK.
Yes, you all do. We
love you.
And we thank you. And
until next time, Oda.
Would you say I do?
I do.